Success. It's all about hard work, hustle, and effort. It's all about hustling, nose to the grindstone, and just eking out every last drop of effort you can muster. You gotta skip meals. You've gotta want to succeed as badly as you want to breathe to become a success. And that's how you're going to be successful, right? Well, let me give you a counter example. You might have come across this. You might have heard about this. Let me give you a counter example. Evan Spiegel is the co-founder of Snapchat, and at one point the youngest self-made billionaire in the world. He says, "I am a young, white, educated male. I got really, really lucky, and life isn't fair." And he then goes on to say later on in the same talk, "It's not about working harder, it's about working the system," which I found really interesting. So he doesn't mean it, I believe, in an unethical way. Work the system. That could have unethical connotations. What he means is work the system to your advantage. It means working smart, not hard. Now, working harder should definitely be part of it. That's definitely a very important piece. But it's not enough on its own. It's like running really fast, but then in the wrong direction. The strategy isn't right. You're not leveraging or using what you have already in your favor, which is your internal strengths and talents. And here's the unique part to this angle, the unfair advantage story, which I wrote with my co-author Ash Ali. The unique side is to think about your circumstances. No other business book talks about leveraging your circumstances. No other business book talks about luck. Luck is something that you can use. Luck is something that you can manufacture. But then there are parts of luck which you have absolutely no control over, right? You can get more lucky by putting yourself out there more and taking more chances. It's like if rolling a dice, that's luck. But then if nobody's counting how many times you roll, you can get loads of sixes if you just keep rolling, right? Sure, you'll get loads of ones, you'll have a lot of failures, but you just keep trying and then you'll get there in the end. Now, there was something that we had cut out of the book because there just wasn't space for it, but it's a really nice simple model which I developed, which is called the 3 C's. The first is confidence. You'll notice that successful people are instilled with confidence one way or another. And now, this doesn't apply to every single case, but we're talking broad brushes here. We're talking about unfair advantages here. Ash and I developed this framework because we were thinking about investing in startup companies and we were getting pitched and we were wondering what's the difference that makes a difference. It's that age-old question. What is the cause of success? And one of the overlooked big ones is unfair advantages. One way of breaking this down is the 3 C's. Confidence, connections, and contingencies. Those 3 C's come from one of the unfair advantages we talk about, which is status. Confidence can be your inner status, is how you talk to yourself, but it can also be instilled in you. So these all come upstream from status. It could be your inner status, so the confidence and the way you feel about yourself, the status you have within yourself, how you talk to yourself, what you feel towards yourself, that gives you your confidence. But also it could be instilled in you from your childhood, from loving parents, from parents that make you feel like you can do things, from schools which have high expectations of you, elite private schools, let's say, or having tutors. And just having high expectations is a big part of having that confidence. Just as an example, Eton College, they expect their pupils, their students, to go on to greatness. I think a ridiculously high percentage of prime ministers of the United Kingdom went to Eton. Boris Johnson, the prime minister now, went to Eton. And it's so common. It's absolutely incredible. The kind of things that they have in the entrance exams. I remember seeing one of their entrance exams and it was like talking about what would you do if there are riots in London? as the prime minister. And it's like they're already thinking that way. It's that confidence that they could do things like this. Second C is connections. Imagine going to Eton, just as an example, as an extreme example. Imagine the people that you meet there. Imagine the families, the connections, the wealth, the confidence. Imagine the type of people that you'll grow up knowing. You'll grow up with princes from different countries who are going to be your school friends. You will be able to have connections to CEOs of huge, Fortune 500 or FTSE 100 companies. And it is absolutely incredible the kind of connections that you'll have from, elite schooling or elite universities like Oxford or Cambridge, or like Harvard and MIT or Stanford. The connections that you come out of it is probably one of the biggest advantage points that you get. And thirdly, it's contingencies. It's the financial safety net. It's the ability to fail and not get hurt. It's that feeling of it's going to be okay. They're not going to end up on the streets, homeless, starving, stressed out. Of course they can get stressed out, but then it's somewhere different on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs where they end up. So they can dare to fail. They can dare to do things that other people can't if they have bills to pay. So those are the 3 C's that I talk about, and that is a massive unfair advantage. So the next time you think about success, the next time you think that we somehow live in a pure meritocracy, merit definitely plays a role. How hard somebody works definitely plays a role. But what isn't factored in is unfair advantages.